Yes, okay, so we have 3 clicks in tempo, and then I'll bring you on to the 4th key, everyone. Technology has caused tremendous paradigm shifts in this business, even to the extent of how composers work with each other. Now with the maracas. The advent, nature, and complexity of technology, ever-changing new ideas, new sounds, new ways of doing things, composers are practically forced to depend upon each other just to keep up with the new technology. In my home studio, I remember while working on my traveling album with Latin Grammy jazz flute artist Nestor Torres, I utilized several young engineers. Well, working with other composers is a great thrill for me because they keep me abreast of modern techniques, other composers, what they're using in terms of new virtual libraries, new sounds. The technology has changed the way composers approach scoring a movie. Actually, the scoring process itself, it's more of a layering, more of a sculpting technique. For example, for fun and experimentation, I wrote and recorded my own themes to 2 of my favorite Netflix shows, Stranger Things and Daredevil. For Stranger Things, I used an aleatoric approach, layering sounds into the film until I got the desired effect. While my theme to Daredevil used a combination of layering and traditional scoring. I mean, for someone like me who is conservatory trained, the technology is just another means to get the notes from the imagination, onto the film. As much as I love the human experience, there is something about the technology that certainly is unique and exciting. I got my first break in the film industry through Henry Mancini, whose film scoring award I won while acquiring my master's degree in music at UCLA. And it was Henry who brought my music to the attention of composer Gerald Immel, who composed the scores for CBS's Dallas, Knott's Landing, and Paradise. I remember Jerry giving me all the action cues for the last 5 seasons of Dallas because he was too tired of writing them. But Henry was a terrific business mentor, as well as a musical mentor. He encouraged me to use all aspects of my musical personality, whether it was using the stage like Hank as a distribution platform to promote new theatrical music, as well as TV and film scores that I was working to help build a client base, create my own sheet music distribution company to sell digital copies of my sheet music online, perform, record, and conduct my own music. Henry would tell me that all these experiences and skills would benefit me as a composer, when working for a producer or director. My big break in film scoring was in 2004. When Sony Pictures asked me to rescore a Sam Peckinpah Western called Major Dundee starring Charlton Heston. This is the first time in film history a composer was commissioned to rescore an entire film. I was given 25 days to write, orchestrate, and prepare the parts for 85 minutes of music. Sony actually produced 2 versions, one with Daniel Amphithiotrop's score in mind, so you could toggle between both. Which shows you to such a great extent how the film was affected by the composer's musical vocabulary and approach to film scoring.
When I watched the DVD version, I was absolutely blown away.
Yes.
That they could restore a movie. First of all, the new music is sensational. I think this man is a genius.
I agree with you.
And I would not, if I were directing or producing, I would hire this guy in a shot.
Yes.
He did a brilliant job.
My first project with 20th Century Fox was as the music producer and composer for the Behemoth DVD box set.
I felt that Christopher Caliendo was the man to go to. He had done a few silent films in the past, as well as the massive score that he had done for Major Dundee.
Our team restored 5 of John Ford's silent films, within which I was asked to write the scores for both The Iron Horse and Four Sons. The Iron Horse received top 10 scores of the year from Film Score Monthly, won the Heritage Award from the Academy of Arts and Sciences. I was asked to conduct the opening night of the Irish Film Festival in Dublin, Ireland at the National Concert Hall with the RTE Orchestra, the entire film to picture. Big thrill for me and my wife and friends was having Los Angeles Philharmonic perform segments of the film and my score at the Hollywood Bowl to celebrate Fox's 75th anniversary. That was a great night. If you look at the playbill, my music was performed after John Williams' Star Wars medley, Then you had Jerry Goldsmith, I believe, Planet of the Apes, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Sound of Music, David Raxon's Laura, James Horner's Avatar. Not bad company. I love writing music for eclectic pictures because it is often much more challenging. It's unpredictable. It often results in the use of some unique instrumental combinations or experimentation. For example, director Steve Paris's film The Undying. This was low budget. Like most low budget films, they force you to become creative in ways you may not have given a larger budget. I had to come up with unique sounds that would shock the audience, so I attached alligator clips to Armin Kadzikian's cello and sent his performance through a Lexicon digital delay system.
I sick perversion.
Director Larry Blumeier likes to parody bad sci-fi and horror films of the 50s. In his picture, I used a small chamber orchestra, Bernard Herrmann style, to acquire the desired effect.
That's great.
Footprints is an indie picture that forces you to dream, think philosophical. In my mind, the music had to be the type one would hear if encountering a carnival magician.
Do you know him? Do you know me?
One of the biggest benefits that directors and producers could have, if I'm fortunate enough to work with them, is that I bridge the traditional art of film scoring, the Henry Mancini's, the Ennio Morricone, Jerry Goldsmith approach to film scoring, with a new technology. Well, to Henry Mancini's credit and way of thinking, the ability for a composer to be a trained stage performer, an orchestrator, an arranger, a composer of all styles of music, are all essential experiences to draw from when writing for films today.
Good. Good. Yeah. That's it. Beauteous.